All right now, Luke. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Not again.
I'm sorry. I had
Not
to do
again,
it.
Nate.
Okay. We almost had a laugh coma because
okay.
I would have died if I'd have kept going.
I thought I was. I did not think I was making it out of that.
If you notice, we're probably a little pinker than usual because we have a little more color in our faces because we were laughing so hard at a joke scenario.
Maybe
we
one,
may very well tell it to you
maybe one
someday.
day you'll see it. Maybe one day.
But anyway, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, considered by many to be the least bad, the decent,
the best of the rest, as it were.
yeah, the decent one of the prequel trilogy. And I have to agree, I liked it more than I liked Episode 2 and Episode 1.
Yeah, well, it's not hard to like something more than you like Episode 1.
Well, yeah, okay.
I mean,
okay. But anyway, go ahead.
I just think that I really like Palpatine / Sidious in this. Ian McDiarmid kind of brought it home for me.
Yeah,
all right.
he was such a good cheesy villain,
right?
In almost every way.
Yeah.
It worked.
My head hurts.
Your head hurts.
My face feels kind of tight right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus. I was gonna say I nearly had a laugh aneurysm.
Yeah, no,
really. I thought I bursted a blood vessel in my eye. I was laughing so hard.
I thought my eyes were gonna pop out.
So, guys,
I should probably see a
this
doctor.
is everything wrong with Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Part 1.
All right.
Here we go.
Ooh. Merciful heavens. 10 minutes. Almost over minutes. Good.
I'll admit, this is gonna feel weird under a Disney logo. Tradition for tradition's sake. Also, reading. A March of War! These opening crawls always seem to tell a story that is not logical from where we left off. The Jedi and the clones destroyed the droid army and the factory where they were built in the last movie. But suddenly Dooku can go around making successful attacks that he wasn't capable of before. These two ships are doing absolutely nothing except making a long, unbroken shot possible. Of course, when it's all a cartoon, how impressive is that? This is just stupid, ludicrous survival. Also, this brings to light the fact that there appears to be no solid military plan involved on either side. Hey, just send all your ships out and we'll flip a coin. Heads we die, tails we die. Well, someone's gotta win, might as well be us.
Flying is for droids.
Obi-Wan became the one-liner asshole of this series. If you have droids that can do this, why not give them bombing capabilities?
The General's command ship is dead ahead.
Still, like 4 minutes ago you said the same thing.
General Grievous's ship is directly ahead.
Neither it nor you moved or changed direction in the last 4 minutes.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
In earlier uses of this line, it was always in a situation that was undefined. The person saying it didn't know why they got a bad feeling, but they got it nonetheless. Now you're just sticking it in for lip service. Revenge of the Sith brings the new trilogy's circle of life to a close by delivering us more extremely useless Jedi droid battles. If only the bad guys in these movies had made their ships less R2 compatible, they would have won this.
I don't think that's a
So it's come to this, a coughing robot.
Destroyers.
This is almost a reenactment of the scene from Phantom Menace when these destroyers showed up. You'd think they learned to come from the sides to make defense nearly impossible.
Drop your weapon.
There's no reason these droids didn't blast these guys already.
Yeah.
You stood here for a solid minute while Anakin hung from this thing. R2 continues to accidentally himself out of every situation he finds himself in.
Sith
Fuel
lords
cannot
are
melt
our
steel beams.
specialty.
Yeah,
Not
except
again.
for Qui-Gon.
But it
Too
can
soon?
bend.
Also, you faced one Sith Lord by my count. And you
Qui-Gon,
only beat him because
no.
Qui-Gon softened him up. Anakin here is a newbie, so this statement makes no sense whatsoever. Especially considering the two of you lost quickly to this dude last movie.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
I rolled a
actually
20-sided
Clone
die
Wars.
and got 1,000,000 extra hit points, so come at me, bro. Also, no one for whom this was true would actually bother to say this shit. Robots enter this Jedi battle to make things extra pointless. Get! This CGI makes it look like this shouldn't even hurt. Yep, somewhere in George Lucas's basement, there are a number of severed arms and hands. He didn't commit the crimes, but he is haunted by them.
Good, Anakin, good.
I remember Return of the Jedi too.
He cut off your arm. You wanted revenge.
Tale as old as time. Mother Wilhelm bites the dust. Such a tragic family. So the good guys are blasting this ship, but why? Don't they know Palpatine is on it? Don't they know two Jedi are trying to save Palpatine? I don't know what I just saw, but it was total bullshit.
Activate ray shields!
Why
These
didn't
don't
they do
make
this
any
before?
sense.
Do you have a plan B?
I hope not. Luke and Leia need to be born. Aside from the coughing, which is dumb as hell, how does a robot get promoted through the ranks so quickly and become a general? What the f*** is this nonsense? Discount
It's not
robot
actually
Darth
a
Mauls.
robot.
Somehow
Not
the
actually
best
a
chance
robot,
for
yeah.
survival involves
Yeah, he's
Anakin trying to crash
actually,
land this gigantic ship, as opposed to any kind of Jedi
He's
something
got some
something
guts
escape
in
pod
there.
something.
Yep.
8 + 60.
Well, that means something. It's good to see that during all this war, someone spotted the crashing ship and sent 4 firefighting jets to come spray water on it. Maybe don't shoot it down next time.
Landing strip, straight ahead. We're coming in too hot.
Too hot for 10 miles of runway?
hot.
How is that possible? Calculated risk? Behind-the-scenes control? I don't know.
That's what
Seems a bit foolish to me for the Emperor to endanger himself in a crash
pumping
landing
iron.
like this. Well, the first 24 minutes of this thing are some bullshit, but it's still better than the Trade Federation negotiations.
Yes.
You owe me one, and not for saving your skin for the 10th time.
9th time. That business on Cato and Amoria doesn't count.
Once again, Jedi talk about some we never got
wanna
to
see
see.
a better
I
movie
want to
than this.
see.
I want to see that.
These two are doing a marvelous job hiding their secret romance. And by marvelous, I of course mean terrible.
Yeah.
There were whispers that you'd been killed.
Why? Who knew the situation enough to make any kind of speculation?
Wait, not here.
Yes, not here, where you've already run to me, picked me up in your arms, and canoodled me. Let's actually save the kissing for another place, where no one can actually see us and
Annie, I'm pregnant.
It's truly amazing how Yoda and a whole bunch of
that
Jedi Council
scene
members
right
can't
here
sense
was,
this.
Very
What are we
good
gonna
at how it was
do?
filmed. and
Okay,
everything.
I have an
I
elaborate
will
plan
give
that
credit
involves you
there.
dying, me turning evil, and our twins not knowing they're related for almost 30 years. What do you say?
The happiest moment of my life.
Except when my mom died and I slaughtered all those Tusken Raiders. But this is a close second.
Oh,
You're so...
oh God, the banter. I can't.
Beautiful.
No, I can't. I
She's
can't handle
okay,
it.
but have you seen her decoy?
It's only because I'm so
God.
in love.
No one who has ever been in love would write dialogue like this.
True.
But it's probably true.
The only person George Lucas has ever been in love with is himself. And
In the span of one movie, Padme has gone from serious, determined protector of Naboo to flirty giggle girl in a nightie. Anakin rips
been
off
there.
the "My love is gonna die" chosen one dreams from Neo in The Matrix Reloaded. How do you sleep with this much light pouring in the window? Shut the fucking blinds, you idiots. Also, you're dating and just dating a baby in secret, but you're living together openly in the capital city?
You die in childbirth.
It was only a
Because of you.
dream.
I won't let this one become real.
I will lightsaber the death out of you.
I doubt the Queen will continue to allow me to serve in the Senate.
How do you go from queen to senator, but then the replacement queen has more power than you do? Is this monarchy not based on birthright? Is the queen elected but then still called a queen? I'm so confused about Naboo's politics. And that's in a trilogy that spent ungodly amounts of time on politics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yourself you speak of, or someone you know.
There's no way Anakin is holding back all of his feelings right now. This guy wears his whole life on his sleeve, and yet the Force tells Yoda nothing.
The fear of loss is a path to the dark side.
What isn't a path to the dark side, huh?
Train
I really don't
yourself
like
to let go
1 through 3 Yoda.
of everything you fear to lose.
Seems like this would have been Jedi 101, with Obi-Wan teaching Anakin this on the first day of class, especially since the whole Jedi Council didn't want to train him because of that very reason. Somehow this guy made it through his training without one whit of knowledge.
Seleucumai has fallen, and Master Voss has moved his troops to Bos Pitti.
My brain just spun a wheel of chance to figure out what the hell Obi-Wan just said.
I'm
Wait, Quinlan Voss?
you.
I don't know.
For what? I don't understand.
Why would you? He's literally given you zero information so far. I guess this guy is somewhere on some other planet, sitting in a chair with the exact dimensions of this chair? Jesus.
What about the joint attack on the Wookiees?
He's right. It's a system we cannot afford to lose.
Because Wookiees produce tons of wool for the universe or some Actually, I have no idea what they do, but Chewbacca, man!
What kind of nonsense is this?
George Lucas films his actors speaking in private.
The only reason the Council has approved your appointment is because the Chancellor trusts you.
Can someone not bug his office? Why do you have to enlist the iffy Anakin as an undercover detective?
Yeah.
Anakin did not take to his new assignment with much enthusiasm.
It's very dangerous putting them together.
Seems like maybe you three could have prevented a galactic disaster, but just didn't for some reason.
With all due respect, Master, is he not the chosen one?
With all due respect, Obi, were you not voicing your own concerns about him in the last f***ing movie? Because you were, ass. It's like Lucas thinks of a line of dialogue that will propel his narrative, then assigns it to a character at random.
A prophecy that misread could have been.
And you're only bringing this up now? You guys have done a lot
prophecy
based
did
on this
work,
prophecy you
actually.
suddenly don't seem to
Yeah.
trust
Bunch of
because the writers
numbnuts.
want to make you Nostradamus.
He will not let me down. He never has.
What? These movies have implied nothing short of an exasperated mentor and rebellious student dynamic between these two. The f*** are you saying right now? I mean, Anakin literally disobeys you at every turn.
I hope right you are.
Man, did the prequels
Alrighty
take
then.
all the fun out of Yoda's speech patterns or what?
Hold me,
Oh God.
like you did by the lake on
I can't. The
Naboo.
dialogue.
Specific hugging
it will make
instructions
my
are
IQ
specific.
drop even
Also,
lower.
I didn't ever think it would come to this, but I'm sinning love.
So long ago when there was nothing but our love. No politics, no plotting.
No, there were a
or
lot of
war.
politics.
So
How
yeah.
you got falling in love last movie?
Oh my
All kinds of
God.
politics,
Oh
plotting,
my-
and war were going on. What the actual Cirque du Soleil
Oh
bubbles?
my
I know they don't trust you.
Anakin is officially the worst undercover cop ever. Blabs to Palpatine within 90 seconds. I want to know who the f*** on the council trusts Anakin and has the power to override Yoda and Windu on matters such as these.
The Jedi use their power for good.
Good is a point of view, Anakin.
Anakin's mind is more easily manipulated than a first grader's.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Shh, quiet. I'm trying to watch the Electric Bubble Show, dude.
Don't do that.
He could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create life.
What purpose did it serve for Darth Plagueis to impregnate Shmi, who then went to Tatooine and gave birth to a potential Jedi who, without a whole bunch of bull happening, would never have been discovered?
Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep.
This series has been so focused on keeping the Palpatine Darth Sidious secret that it's lost sight over what could have been an awesome thing to see. Sidious learning about the Force and killing his master. That's all these movies are. Explanations and backstories of things that would have been awesome to see, but we only hear about. Cheap Chewbacca cameo feels cheap and cameo. Did these Wookiees just do a Tarzan yell?
Yes,
my God, man, it just hurts my soul.
However, it may turn out just to be a wild panther chase.
Goose called. It doesn't appreciate your appropriation of this idiom.
I have trained you since you were a small boy. I have taught you everything I know.
Except that part about controlling your emotions and whatnot. We skipped that lesson.
I'm not gonna die in childbirth, Annie.
You remember the dream about his dying mom he had as she was actually dying, though, right?
We are being held hostage. They are watching us.
But not closely enough, apparently. Obi-Wan watches himself pilot a ship away from the dock, and I'm left to wonder, am I watching the island right now? And somehow Obi-Wan managed to fake everyone out by not being on the ship when it flew away. Something we didn't get to see because it's total bullshit. When did Obi-Wan learn to ride one of these random bastards? This military fortress has no way of detecting and alerting General Grievous of this Jedi lizard intrusion.
Be thankful, Viceroy. You have not found your Sith in my grave.
Grievous sounds exactly like Saris from Galaxy Quest. While these 4 stun gun guards attack Obi-Wan, none of the Grievous loyal robots do jack or Wow, that was perfectly sized to fall on 4 incompetent robots.
I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku.
When did you guys have time for that? What's better than 1 or 2 lightsabers? 4 lightsabers. This is the funniest image in all of Star Wars. People just walking around and minding their own business while a huge battle takes place upstairs.
You must realize you are doomed.
Saying things. Obi-Wan's instant spiritual bond with this planet's version of a hippogriff. And yeah, sure, I guess he's using the Force's connection with all the universe to do this, but honestly, I just wanted to say the word hippogriff in this video, okay? I mean, it's not like you didn't roll your eyes at this
Yeah,
too. And
fair.
you've never seen more lost lightsabers than these fucking prequels. That shit's
Also,
like candy in these films.
Grievous
I
went
think the
down
whole
really
reason
easy
for
in
the
this
plot
movie
now
after
is so
watching
that
Clone
George Lucas
Wars.
can insert
Yeah.
holograms on screen.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. The dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor.
Oh, so you guys got your ability to see more clearly now? The dark side's been clouding your vision all the way up until now. I guess the Force simply acts according to the whim of the screenwriter.
Don't you wonder why they won't make you a Jedi Master?
Don't you wonder why Anakin is so powerful in the Force but so blind to this super obvious manipulation?
And you will be able to save your wife from certain death.
Except not. And when Padme still dies, it makes no sense that Anakin Vader doesn't then go into berserker mode and consume the entire galaxy, or at least kill Palpatine for lying. Obi-Wan apparently can punch this robot's electric weapon with his bare hand and not suffer damage from it. These two are wrestling on the control seat of this disc transport while it perfectly executes hairpin turns. In other words, f*** you. Both of these fools land on a hangar floor, which is lucky as since this disc craft goes over the edge and falls 18 stories below. Revenge of the convenience.
I really like that
Obi-Wan
little
never
disc
once
craft.
uses the Force push against this asshole,
too.
even though he clearly showed the ability to do so.
I think Chancellor Palpatine is a Sith Lord.
A Sith Lord?
What? 90 seconds of what am I gonna do contemplation.
You're under
That was
arrest,
actually
Chancellor.
Didn't even get a scene where they tell Yoda about Palpatine, what he might think about the situation. This arrest seems totally rushed and emotionally charged, completely anti-Jedi in every way. How did this asshole become a Jedi if he's so damn easy to kill? And Mr. No Name here too? And this is sort of the problem movies have in general. They have a hard time explaining how good someone is at a particular art, so the answer is let's make everyone else really bad at their job. Emperor versus Mace Windu battle really heats things up with a big load of boring. I'm surprised a big turkey power-up icon didn't show up on screen, or a big pile of money. I think this officially qualifies as a fetish.
Yep.
Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader.
I don't know why that name popped into my head, especially since everybody else has not-so-subtle Darth names like Maul, Sidious, and Plagueis. But I'm not married to it. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Angrily move on to part 2. That's
Okay.
good.
So,
Oh,
yeah. We're We're going to split these in two because there's a lot to talk about in each of these.
Yeah.
Okay, I think George Lucas does have a dismemberment fetish. I'm not sure.
A lot of people get their hands cut off.
I mean, it happens sometimes.
But it's just to me. Okay. Part 3. Go on.
Oh, I was just saying, it's sort of, this movie's actually made more painful by the fact that anybody that's watched Clone Wars, because there's a lot of character development for Anakin in that, and I mean, you see him really grow up from a whiny Clone Wars movie to the Clone Wars series, and basically he's treated. I mean, becomes a general and is treated essentially like a master, because he stays with Obi-Wan, but he gets his own Padawan.
Ahsoka.
I didn't think you get a Padawan,
yeah,
but I mean, it's kind of a special thing, but
well,
but still, it's like there's so much character development. They fight Dooku a lot. They fight Grievous, so like they knew he was trained, and I mean,
yeah,
and okay,
because Grievous was bad news in
it's
the series.
almost like they built the Clone Wars series to make up for these movies.
Pretty much, yeah, but it doesn't translate well because I mean,
yeah,
I know
it doesn't.
It's in their canon, so it's sort of strange.
It is weird, isn't it?
It is strange
because they came out after, so
yeah, and well, everyone wanted to see the Clone Wars. That was one thing. A lot of people complained about.
Yeah,
we didn't get to see the Clone Wars, in which that could be a movie or a set of movies all on its own.
Right. Oh yeah,
because there were a lot of great stories that that took place in the animated series that were really good.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of backstory because they lied to you in A New Hope. It's like, oh, there's not much to tell about the Clone Wars. Bull crap. Obi-Wan totally had a thing going on with the Queen of Mandalore. Or the Duchess.
So, yeah.
She was hot for him. Some Mandalorian action. Yeah.
Mandalorian battle condom.
Oh, boy.
Whoa, that got weird.
Yeah,
wow.
I don't know. Mandalorian battle armor was the thing that kept popping into my head from
we were here, and that pushed it up to
Knights of the
about
Old Republic.
here. Jeez. Okay, but
I don't know.
No. Okay,
that got weird. I'm sorry.
Obi-Wan character development. Don't get me wrong. I love Ewan McGregor. I love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I think in terms of filling in for Alec Guinness, in terms of the look, voice, and style of the actor playing it, the character, yes, I thought he did tremendous work. Now, that doesn't save him from bad writing.
Yeah,
true.
Or George Lucas.
Bad writing.
I think the two can be separated a little bit.
Well, George Lucas is the writer and director.
There were other people helping him write this movie.
The Illuminati.
No, well, I was going to say there was one well, he asked Lawrence Kasdan for help, and Kasdan, I think, saw how bad this was, and was just like, I can't save this. When Lawrence Kasdan tells you that, you got a problem.
I think he pulled a Caleb and was just like, yeah, I think I'm just going to go home and punch myself in the nuts and just call it even.
I've forgotten that line. I miss Caleb.
Yeah, I do too.
I miss Caleb until he shows up and starts making jokes, and I'm like, why did I miss you?
You're a monster.
Oh yeah, he's the punster.
Yeah,
he really would be Sidious compared to me.
He would be.
Yeah, basically.
He would take on the mantle.
I was gonna say, if you're a devil's advocate, he's the devil. I mean, that's one thing, but yeah, guys.
Interestingly enough, he's not here, and the greatest trick the devil ever pulled is convincing the world he didn't exist.